In this video, I'll show you how I, as a chartered financial analyst, would break down Amazon stock by the numbers. And if you watch this video, I bet you'll be at least 1% smarter about the stock market before it ends. To begin, let's talk Amazon size and put it in context. For reference, the sizes of the 500 companies in the S&P 500 range from 2.5 billion to 2.5 trillion when measured by market cap. If you're not familiar, market cap is basically how much money you'd have to pay to buy all of a company's stock at its current price. Amazon's market cap is currently 1 trillion, putting it right here, which is wild considering that Amazon is the fourth largest company in the S&P 500, but it's still not even half the size of the largest, Apple. Next, let's talk earnings yield, which helps us see whether a stock's price is expensive or cheap relative to its earnings performance. Stocks with a low earnings yield are often called growth stocks with expensive prices, while stocks with a high earnings yield are often called value stocks with cheap prices. Earnings yields across the S&P 500 range from negative 62% to positive 42% right now, with Amazon's currently sitting right at 0%. That break-even earnings performance puts Amazon right here. And while there's no perfect earnings yield for a stock, I will say that being at either extreme is often a bad sign. Being really low can mean having horrible earnings performance. Think Carnival Cruises after a pandemic. And being really high can result simply from a company's stock price plunging. Think First Republic Bank after a banking crisis. Moving on to one of my favorite stock metrics, let's look at beta, which measures how volatile a stock is relative to the wider market. Betas in the S&P 500 right now range from 0 to 4, with Amazon's falling at 1.2, putting it right here. For reference, any beta greater than 1 means that stock is more volatile than the wider market. Amazon's beta of 1.2 means that, on average, when the S&P 500 moves by 1%, Amazon stock moves by about 1.2%. So, a good day for the market is often even a little better for Amazon, while a bad day is often even a little worse. Now, before I show the most interesting numbers, do you think you're at least 1% smarter about stocks yet? If so, let me know by hitting the subscribe button. Each week I publish a new video that I'm confident will make you at least 1% smarter about investing and personal finance. And 1% adds up after a few videos. But back to the numbers. As promised, here's the most interesting numbers I've got. Of the 500 stocks in the S&P 500, which ones do you think are the most correlated with Amazon? Here's the top 3. Having Microsoft and Google's parent company Alphabet in the top 3 probably doesn't surprise you. They have huge market caps like Amazon and similar earnings yields like most tech companies that aren't soaring like they were a couple of years ago. But Intuit being the most correlated stock with Amazon is pretty interesting. If you're not familiar, Intuit is best known for its products TurboTax and QuickBooks. Amazon is almost 9 times larger than Intuit, but its earnings yield and beta are very close to Amazon's, and Intuit's similar stock trajectory may reflect its consistent investment in innovation, which is also a hallmark of Amazon. Conversely, here are the 3 stocks that are least correlated with Amazon, and I don't think these need further explanation. Amazon.com is probably the furthest thing I can think of from a warm bowl of Campbell's chicken noodle soup. If you're curious, I also pulled together the data for how Amazon stock correlates with the different sectors of the S&P 500. Most of these likely won't surprise you, except for maybe real estate being in the top 3. But don't worry, it makes more sense once you know Amazon owns and rents more than 660 million square feet of facilities across the globe, which is enough to cover the entire island of Manhattan. But I shouldn't have told you that square footage number in this video, which is about Amazon's stock, not its business. For a breakdown of Amazon's business by the numbers, check out my next video, which I've linked here, unless you're watching this video the first week it comes out. Either way, there's already plenty of videos on this channel if you're interested in boosting your investing and personal finance knowledge 1% at a time. With that, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.